First, let me say, any of you who order hot coffee in the middle of the summer, I don't get you. Like, it's hot out, I have some coffee. It's so good. It's refreshing. It doesn't make me hot on the inside. I'm hot on the outside with the sun, and it's ice. Summer ice. Ice cream, you know? Hey, Spartans for Christ, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you are here. How are you? If you're new to the channel, hi, welcome. Why don't you hit that subscribe button? Now, if you're there and you're kind of like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, let me explain. This channel is a channel where teens are seeking after Jesus with everything we have and having a little bit of fun while we're at it. And we're having that fun at the SIB. So click up in the corner, whichever one it is, to go check that out. So if you're a teen, even if you're not, but if you're a teen, if you love Jesus and you want to have fun, if you're one of those things, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification and let's get to it. I don't know how many of you wear these, but these are glasses. They have lenses. I'm sure you guys know what a pair of glasses looks like, and if you wear them, you understand the struggle that comes with glasses, like the lack of sunglasses. Why is it so difficult? Either you're paying $80 for a pair of sunglasses with your prescription that you're really only gonna use a couple times in your life, or you're buying those big bulky ones that like go over your glasses, but they're really big so you look like a robot. And then, you know, you could get clip-ons, but then there's like a thing in the way. There are some struggles with glasses. But personally, I don't know about you, but my least favorite part about glasses are the smudges and the dirt that piles on it, because when you're wearing it, well, I can really see the smudges. But when you're wearing it for a while and you're wearing it while the smudges are being made, you get used to it and you don't realize the smudges are even there. You know? Your eyes adjust and you only realize how dirty it is when you take them off and you see it and you're like, that's rough. It's really rough. You might be saying, what the heck? Why are you talking about this? Well, first, I need to lay out the start of all of this. If you guys watched my video growing up with strict parents, then you know I grew up with strict parents. Not only strict parents, but strict Christian parents. What's the difference? Christ is at the center. Basically, no secular movies, no secular music, no secular literature. It was very much Christ-focused in our home. It still is. And, you know, I love it. I love the way my parents raised us. If you want to check out that video, click whichever corner has the eye on it. But as I started growing up, you know, it was fine elementary school. Middle school it was too, but towards the end of middle school, and now that I'm a senior in high school, people start asking questions, a lot of questions, about my parents and about why. Why can't you watch this? Why can't you listen to that? There's no curse words. There's nothing bad. The big one, there's no inappropriate scenes. Why can't you watch this? What's the point? And I even have a friend who was like, what's the big deal about secular things? It's not that big of a problem. And that, my friends, is what we are going to talk about today. Now, you might be on the boat. You don't get it. You don't get why is secular things such a big deal? Why do we have to stay away from them? Well, I'm here to give you some perspective through a new lens. Haha, nice joke, right? Basically, I want to kind of show you the way I look at it. When you first come to Christ, you know, baby Christians are in love with Jesus. I'm not saying older Christians aren't, but when you first come to Christ, you're in love with him because you realize how much he did for you, and you're just like hyped. You just found out and you're like, oh my, he did this for me, he did. And a lot of baby Christians start taking out things in their life, certain movies, certain shows, certain music, especially if it's a radical change. I'm not just talking about like druggies, but I'm saying, you know, some high schoolers like break up, They leave their friends. They purify themselves. So let's say that's you, and you're starting off with a clean pair of glasses. And we're going to use glasses to show your spiritual eyes. The spiritual eyes, your discernment, your conscious, I guess. See, when you first come to Christ, you see very clearly what is right and what is wrong. Not necessarily, some things you don't really know, and you have to ask other Christians, like, hey, is this okay? But for the most part, when you look at something, it's like, is that good or bad? If it's bad, you don't do it. If it's good, it's like you're back to being a toddler, Toddlers have it simple. That's bad, that's good. Don't touch the electrical fuses. And that's how you start off your walk. But then as time goes on, as I'm sure you've noticed, the fire kind of dwindles. It kind of starts not necessarily dying, but it's not as alive as it once was. And when this happens, it's when the smudging can occur. Again, you might be like, what are you talking about? Let's say you go to a friend's house and they're watching a movie that you really don't think you should watch, but it's not bad. It's just not good. So you convince yourself it's okay. So you watch the movie and you're like, when you leave, you're like, yeah, that wasn't so bad. Let's say that's like you getting a smudge in your glasses and you're saying, I can clean it later. It's fine. It's not that bad. It's just a little smudge. Then you go over to your friend's house and he's playing a video game and you start playing. At first, you're just watching and he's playing, and then at one point you get bored and you're like, might as well try. And you actually enjoy it. And I'm saying, like, not all video games are bad, but I'm talking about, like, a not Christ-like game at all. And you end up enjoying it, and you leave, and you're like, that wasn't really that bad. And then, you get the gist. It's not, usually things in life, it's not a big thing, like, one day you're listening to Carrie Job, and the next you're listening to, like, Beyonce. Usually it's little things, like your friend introduces you to NF, which I'm not getting into that debate right now, and NF, and then you listen to this other, I don't know, artists. You listen to this other guy who, is a little more on the bad side, but he's okay, he doesn't swear. And then before you know it, you find yourself in this place you never wanted to be. That's the danger. The danger isn't, like, if I'm not saying that you can't go to the movies every once in a while and watch the new movie that just came out with your family. That's not a sin. Well, depends what movie it is. But that's not a sin. You're not going to get struck by lightning. But the danger in it is you don't realize where you end up. And a lot of the times, just like with glasses, there are days where I'm wearing these things and my mom will look at them and be like, Priscilla, take those off and clean them. They are so dirty. In the same way, that can happen with your spiritual eyes, your discernment, and they get so many smudges and so much dirt that you can't see that. You get so used to that line of good and evil, whichever side I had it on, good and evil. That line, that distinct line, it's hazy. They're seeping into each other when you look at it. And when you get to this point, a lot of times it takes someone else going, hey, wake up. You weren't listening to this. You weren't watching these things 5 years ago. You weren't watching these things 6 months ago. What happened to you? You weren't talking like this, because ultimately the danger is what you watch and what you listen to becomes who you are. It's just like the saying, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Show me what you listen to. Show me what you watch. Show me that movie you're obsessed with or that book you are fangirling over. And I will show you what part of your future is like. But it's your choice. It's your choice what you want to do. I'm just here to give you perspective. So guys, if that video, if you can relate, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment on what you think, what your thoughts are on it. I would love to hear your opinion. If you guys have not subscribed to the SIB, check it out over here. Check out a video YouTube thinks you might like, and share this with a friend. Peace out.